All right, let's take a proper deep dive. No slides, no demo pop-ups, just me talking up. And by the time the clock hits about 11 minutes, you will know exactly where Hedra AI fits in the growing pile of make it talk tools, what it is actually go for, where it still falls flat, and how to bend it to your own projects without losing an afternoon of your dignity. First, quick origin story so we are all on the same page. Hedra started in 2024 with a single goal: turn any still image into a clip that feels like a living, breathing character. The founders looked at lip sync apps we've been tolerating, basically animated GIFs with mouths glued on, and said, why not give people full expressions, shoulder shrugs, even the little health hits you see when you're emphasizing a point? They scraped together seed cash, trained a prototype model, slapped a research preview online, and watched 3 million users hammer it with 10 million videos in under a year. Not viral cats filter massive, but big enough that Andreessen Horowitz handed them $32 million dollars this spring, mostly to scale the compute bill and hire more researchers. Point is, Hedra was born from the conviction character first video matters more than full scene wizardry. Investors bought that thesis. So, what makes Hedra different from every other AI video flavor of the week? The centerpiece is Character 3, their so called omni model foundational model. Ignore the buzzword. In practice, it means you feed it three inputs at the same time: an image, some text or an audio file, optional style hints. It pumps out a square, widescreen, or portrait clip where the face, the voice, and the micro motions line up in one shot. No intermediate step, no secondary lip sync pass. Character 3, learn to map phonemes to jaw rotations while also mapping emotional tone to eyebrow arches and shoulder pacing. So you get something that feels like an actual performance rather than a floating mask. Is it perfect? Of course not. Photoreal selfies still veer into uncanny terry if the angles are off. But it is the first mainstream model where stylized, game ready images look consistently crisp and expressive. Let me spell out the workflow in plain human terms because that is what you will go through on a real project. You start on Hedra Studios dashboard. Step one, you pick an image. You can drag in a mid-journey portrait, a dolly anime character, a high-res selfie, or even generate a brand new face with Hedra's built-in text-to-image tab. Rule of thumb: forward facing, eyes visible, medium lighting. Side angles confuse the mesh and you end up with glitchy ears. Step two, voice. Hedra is baked into 11 labs, so you can choose from 15 free voices: American DJ, calm British narrative, enthusiastic child, or clone your own if you pay up. Multilingual is there too: Spanish, Japanese, Portuguese. Step three, the script. You paste up to 300 words on the free tier, 1,200 on the pro plans, or upload pre recorded audio if you've already done voice acting somewhere. Step four, optional personality sliders. Choose angry, excited, sarcastic, or type a custom vibe like laid back sports announcer. And the model tweaks body rhythm and eye contact. Last step, hit generate and watch a spinning icon for 3 minutes while the GPU in some West Coast server farm does its thing. When it finishes, you get an MP4 with hard coded audio and the watermark if you're on the free plan. Paid tiers ditch the watermark, let you switch to 720p or 1080p, and even export transparent background PNG sequences if you want to composite in After Effects. Time to address the elephant in the room: quality. On a smartphone screen, the results genuinely impressed. The lips match consonants, the cheeks puff on implosives, and the character even blinks at semi natural intervals. Most people scrolling Instagram or TikTok will watch, laugh, and assume you spent hours in mocap. Blow the clip up on a 4K monitor though, and flaws emerge. Fine facial hair jitters, pupils slide a millimeter off cue, earrings sometimes phase in and out. That's the price we pay for inference speed. The dev claims upcoming Character 4 pushes detail past 10p without doubling latency. But as of today, you still should not rely on Hedra for a cinema grade close up. Using it for shorts, promo, e learning, or social explainers, formats where authenticity matters less than speed and originality. So now let's shift to what you gain in raw productivity. Traditional talking head content means booking talent, setting camera, recording takes, doing pickup when someone stumbles, keying background, color grading, and editing. Even a light YouTube explainer can run $1,000 if you hire voice talent and an editor. Hedra chops that to coffee break scale. You will still script, you will still pick a voice, but you skip cameras, lights, retakes, and most editing. At $10 a month on the basic subscription, you can pump out a daily 60-second clip localized into 3 languages for what used to be your coffee budget. That's why indie marketers love it. And because Hedra's output is just an MP4, you can splice multiple characters together in a third-party editor, create a fake Zoom call between a grizzled sea captain and a neurotic robot penguin without ever leaving your browser. Now, creative control. One complaint about early lip sync tools was that the character just started ahead like a news anchor. Hedra gives you control over head nods, lean in emphasis, and what they call gesture frequency. You can tell the avatar to deliver a line with minimal movement, great for stoic villains, or crank it to expressive, and watch hands wave in a 2-frame loop, which somehow feels okay on stylized art. Emotional tone works about 70% of the time. Acts for sad and the eyes droop, acts for angry and the mouth tightens, but confused or sarcastic, the model mostly flashes a quick brow furrow and resets. So yes, nuance is still a work in progress. On to the limitations you must respect. First, length. Premium tops out at 30 seconds. Basic pay gives you a minute. Anything longer means stitching multiple clips. Not hard, just annoying. Next, square output by default, though widescreen arrived last month for pro members. Third, moderation. Hedra uses an automated firewall that blocks nudity, extremist slogans, brand impersonations, and certain medical or political terms. Sometimes it fires false positives. I got a clip rejected because script said incision in a surgical context. You can appeal but plan for delays if your topic touches regulated industries. Fourth, hardware cost is hidden. You pay subscription, but Hedra's cloud fits the GPU, so you're fine there. Still, know that heavy usage on enterprise tiers translates to per second billing. Ethics and legality. Deep fake panic is real, and regulators are gearing up. Hedra watermarks free clips and embeds invisible provenance metadata in every paid export. You still need to disclose synthetic media when you publish, especially in political or medical context. Voice cloning raises consent issues. 11 Labs requires explicit authorization for voices that are not public stock. Break the rule and Hedra can ban your account. No refund. And remember copyright. If you feed the model a random celebrity selfie for commercial use, expect takedown requests. Competitive landscape matters if you are choosing tools long term. Runway Gen 3, Luma Dream Machine, Google Video all attempt full scene generation from text. Their wow factor is higher for sweeping drone shots and impossible camera moves, but their characters struggle with consistent identity and mouth sync. Hedge chose the opposite specialization. Nail the face, ignore the rest. Stink Labs, HeyGen, and DID are the closest rivals. DID has better multilingual lip accuracy, but weaker shoulder and hand motion. HeyGen has a slick enterprise UI and instant background removal. Hedra wins on the personality slider and price per second right now. We will see if that holds when everyone drops their next model. The use case people actually pay for it is that e-learning modules where subject matter experts are camera shy, customer service chatbots that switch to video escalation, user-generated content where fans insert themselves into game lore updates, corporate onboarding, and short-form ad localization. One brand in fashion uses Hedra to preview new looks with a digital spokesperson in 6 languages every Monday, all auto-posted. A real estate agency drops AI-hosted listing tours, upload a living room photo, feed the property description, pick a friendly voice, and boom, an agent that never blinks. The wildest example so far, viral AI baby podcast. Parents upload a newborn photo, type baby wisdom monologues, and watch the internet coo and cringe equal measure. Point is, if the message fits a talking head box, Hedra slashes turnaround time to near zero. Let's futurecast. Hedra says Character 4 will support full body animation and prop interaction. Imagine holding up a coffee mug or spinning a book, motion captured from reference videos that's stylized. They're also training on 1080p and 4K exports by early next year, albeit at enterprise pricing. VoiceAgencyVoices.com is piloting a plugin so real actors can license their likeness and voice, collect royalties when people use them, and approve or veto scripts. That could legitimize AI avatars instead of erasing voice talent. If Hedra lands those partnerships, the Uncanny Valley we see today might flatten into a mainstream production pipeline. So, how do you fit Hedra into your toolbox right now? Start by experimenting on the free tier, treat results as sketch work. When you hit a creative ceiling, longer scripts, higher resolution, commercial use, jump to basic paid for a month or two. Test return on investment, then either downgrade or roll into pro once you are shipping client facing work. If you're an indie creator chasing short to reel, the minute cap is fine. If you are a training department, plan to stitch multiple segments and embed them in authoring tools. Always keep raw audio and script files separate. If Hedra glitches, you can regenerate without rewriting. And keep a human review loop, especially for sensitive content. AI emotion sometimes overacts and can derail message tone. And the wrap up is this: Hedger's not an all purpose filmmaker, but for head and shoulders monologues, it is the current speed champion. It trades a bit of polish for insane turnaround, and right now that trade is worth it if your priority is volume, localization, or rapid iteration. Keep an eye on licensing, disclosure synthetic media, assume you will re render once or twice, and you will be ahead of 90% of teams still planning a live shoot. Try it, break it, laugh at the glitches, and when you nail that first smooth clip, you will realize you just unlocked a new lane in content production, one where a decent idea counts more than studio logistics. Now go write a script, clone a voice, and let a talking JPEG deliver your punchline while you are already outlining the next one. And I hope you enjoyed that video. And like I promised, we're at 11 minutes. Thank you. See you later.